Tell he's opening his mouth. Boom, yes, there it is. I'm telling you, one of the coolest animals you'll ever own, an alligator, crocodile, or in my case, a caiman. This is my beginner setup, and we're gonna go ahead and jump into it right now. So in our research, there were two things that we knew we needed to have before we got anything else. The first was a water filter. We got this one here. This is a water filter and a pump. The reason why you're gonna need that is because if not, you're gonna be changing this water out about every day, if not every other day. As you can tell, this is a 55-gallon aquarium. It's about half full. That is a lot of water to be trying to change on a constant basis. You're gonna get burned out and not wanna do it. In the back, we have a PVC pipe that's holding the wire. Another thing we did in our research is we learned that you gotta hide that wire from your crocodile. They're known to chew on it and they will electrocute themselves. So the first thing we did, water filter and a pump. Make sure the PVC pipe is just something we quick came up with on a creative idea to make sure that he was safe. The second thing we found that we needed was a water heater. These crocodiles need about an 85-degree temperature, so we had to find the right size that not only was going to keep the temperature right, but at the same time was going to fit in this. This is his temporary enclosure. So the problem was that it required actually a large water heater to what we were going to need in his full enclosure, but we needed it also for now and we didn't want to buy two. So we went ahead and we got a perfect hot water heater. As you can tell, we also got the thermometer here so that we can maintain it. As you can tell, it floats. This is one of the coolest little things. So we watch it to make sure that it stays at the 85 degrees. Here's another thing. As you can tell, we kind of got creative and used this white, I guess you could call it almost like a plastic barrier. As you can see, he's sitting right there on top of it. We did that because in our research, we also learned that you have to hide that hot water heater, because if not, he will sit on it and it can burn him, as well as it's also got the wires coming out of it, which they said they are known to chew on. So to protect him, we kind of came up with that quick barrier to keep him safe. And to be honest, he loves sitting right there. That is probably his favorite spot in this whole enclosure. And as you can tell, probably because it's the warmest. It's putting off that heat right there. And I'm telling you, that dude just loves to sit in the water. The platform, as you can tell, it's just some PVC pipe that we were really creative trying to design. But we knew that we had to give him a way to get out of the water if he wanted to have a basking spot. I use all of this kind of stuff around here, all the vines and leaves, because it gives him a place to hide. As you can tell, every animal wants that hide spot where they feel safe and secure. So I wanted him to have it while he was up here, as well as when he was down here. As you see, the light we have up here, okay, we mainly use this because, like all of my animals, there's need to have a daylight and a nighttime cycle. So it's on during the day, as well as it does keep this platform warm, especially with the green felt on the top, which he can get out, lay. Obviously, they thermoregulate their temperatures in their bodies, and then he can get right back in the water when he's ready. But to be honest, make sure you do your research, because he probably has spent 95% of the time in the last 2 weeks since we've had him in the water. He hasn't left the water but maybe once or twice, besides me putting him up here for whatever reason. So, you know, again, do your research. My water level's a little high, I will tell you that. We just really weren't sure on how much water he needed. This is probably too deep for what he actually needs. It's not hurting, it's not making anything problematic. But I just wanted to let you guys know, if you were starting up an enclosure for your caiman or alligator or crocodile, especially when they're this small, you do not need this much water. So what we've kind of done is we've given him the platform. He obviously has that little thing there that he can hold. And then what we did was we got some driftwood. On the back side of this driftwood, there's actually a brick we needed so that we could hold the water filter down, because it kept wanting to float. So if you kind of take a look around, we got the vines, and then the brick pretty much sits right through there, and he loves it. That's probably his second favorite spot, is he'll swim around. He'll get right on top of that brick and almost hide right there behind that driftwood. And again, it's just another spot where he just feels so safe and secure, which is definitely something that you want for your animals. especially these exotic crocodiles that you can come across. One thing I do not have is an oxygenator, something that you can put in your water to keep fish alive. Just like any fish aquarium, the fish need oxygen to survive. You can put one in here because caimans are known to eat tiny minnows as they get bigger, even some goldfish. I have not done that. It hasn't really mattered as far as his feeding habits to this point. But I just wanted to tell you guys, if it was something that you have seen or thought of, it's definitely something you can do. And if you want to put some fish in there so he can kind of eat whenever he wants, definitely a route to go. Again, I have him in a 55-gallon aquarium. I wouldn't go any less than that. The 55-gallon aquarium is a perfect fit for everything that he needs, maintaining the waters and everything else, as well as the size he'll get. He can stay in here probably the first 6 to 8 months of his life before he's going to have to go into a new enclosure. I have a new enclosure coming. I don't want to show you guys yet because it'll spoil all the fun. But I do have a wonderful enclosure that we are working on in the next room that he will move into as he gets bigger. Guys, what kind of Caiman video would it be if you didn't actually get to see the Caiman for yourself? We just measured him today, actually. He's measuring 12 inches on the dot. He's so awesome, man. I love this dude. As you can tell, he's opening his mouth. Dude, I've had enough. Don't want to be on camera today. But I hope you guys kind of found this educational. I kind of wish I had come across a video like this before I got him. It would have helped out a lot. So, make sure you guys put any questions or comments down there at the bottom. Like I say, we've had this guy for a couple of weeks. We've already run into some things that we've managed to work through. So I hope I can help you guys in any way to love and own one of the coolest things you can ever get. I'm telling you, this Caiman is awesome. So make sure you subscribe, follow us, make sure you get us on Instagram and all of that. And until next time, man, I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Say bye.